Hello, ladies and gentlemen. This is Prime, or Adam, whatever you want to call me, and this is my first video with commentary. So today I'll be bringing you some Battlefield 4 gameplay on Operation Metro. This is Conquest Large, so 64 players, 32 v 32. I played this match a couple of days ago, and it was my first match for probably about 3 months. I joined towards the end. I think our team had around 400 tickets. So right now on screen you can see we have around 324, 323 tickets. So I wasn't in the match for too long. So yeah, I thought I'd just make a video with voice commentary on it for once. This will be probably the only video with voice commentary until the 19th of June, and that's because I have my GCSEs going on. If none of you know what GCSEs are, they are General Certificate for Secondary Education. I believe that's what it stands for, and these are kind of your first real big exams, and it's these exams that employers often look at, and those, along with your A-level results and your university results, will help you get a decent job and, of course, get you through life. Yeah. So this gameplay, I'm using the M249 with a 2x IRNV scope and a green laser sight and a bipod. I hadn't used this setup in a while. I mean, frankly, it just kills your accuracy stats, but overall, if you do use this setup, it is quite good to mainly play a supporting kind of role, to mainly suppress your enemies, and yeah, it does a pretty good job doing that. Of course, you need to know, you need to just think about when you're going to bipod or where you're going to bipod, and also time your reloads fairly well. I tried doing that when I had time to reload, as you'll see in a second here. I saw that everyone else was firing and keeping the enemy down, so I thought, okay, this is going to be a perfect time for me to reload, as no one's relying on me having to do anything. So always time your reloads with the M249 and the 200 mag size, because it's enormous recoil. Even well, of course, bipoded there'll be little or no recoil, but unbipoded, its recoil is horrendous. So you're going to think this 200 round mag, or not mag, box, I guess, will last you, but the probability of every single one of those bullets hitting your enemy is very small, so that 200 rounds goes very quickly. Yeah, so I initially used the M34 incendiary grenade, but as I was using IRNV as well, as you can see to the right, the incendiary practically makes you blind, as well as flashbang. So I think you'll see later on in the gameplay that I do switch out to the smoke grenades, which honestly I'm a very big fan of the smoke grenades. One of my favourite classes, another support class, when I'm playing with a couple of mates, would be well, I like to call it the Smoky Bandit class. So I'd run C4 with smokes, and any kind of weapon, be it a carbine, LMG, DMR, and what was and a shotgun, with any night vision optic. And what I'd do, especially useful against vehicles, I would deploy some smoke, and then I'd get one of my friends to distract the vehicle, and then I'd go up behind it and just, blow it up as normal. But the smoke really does help, because you can use it as a cover, especially maps. For example, I remember it was very helpful on Rush, on Hanoi, on Hainan. I was watching a Vietnam documentary, that's probably why. Hainan Resort, Rush. If you're defending, and the LAV starts coming up, it's really helpful, because the LAV tends to get stuck. So you just deploy some smoke and go blow it up and help your team. So as you can see here, I'm running back to A flag. I just noticed during the reload that next to the minimap, that A was being taken from us, and I mean this is good. This shows that the enemy team were actually fighting really well to manage to get past us. I mean, we weren't really focused on the middle bit. We were more focused on kind of pushing them back to spawn. So they saw this as an opportunity to take A, which they did. And so me and a couple of other guys just ran back to A and started to take it back. So I thought this was I thought the M249 served me really well in this match, and especially it being my first match after about a month or two, it was really good. I mean, one thing you'd find with the M249 is that it's not gonna offer the same damage as other LMGs. For example, the MG4 with a, I think, 200 round mag as well. You're not going to find that it does as much damage as that, but to be honest, it feels like a very sturdy, very balanced weapon to me, and that's why I do like using it. And also, if I'm not mistaken, the M249 was in MW2, which was arguably one of my favourite Call of Duties to date. A few of you may be wondering why I'm using the Assault class now, switching off from support, and that's because, as you can see, this guy right in front of me, well, I presume you can see, he has support on as well, so there's not really much of a point with me using support. It's better for me to use Assault and use it more as a supporting role, to be able to revive friendlies. So hopefully you can see on screen, because I'm kind of recording the voice commentary with my phone and just watching the video in the background. I always try to, whenever I revive, make sure I get above 50%, if I can around 90s to full, because getting someone up at 20% isn't really helpful, and they tend to die very quickly, if not immediately, and this has happened to me a lot of times, and I do get very frustrated, because there was really just no point in reviving me, to be honest. Because I mean, the best thing about reviving, for example, if it's just me and I'm behind enemy lines and there's another guy with a suppressor, it's very helpful to get him up, because then me and him can both hold it down together instead of just me by myself. So I'm now using the F2000 with the Assault class, and the F2000 was arguably probably my second favourite gun on Battlefield 3. I used to call it the Waffle Maker, because if you didn't know, the F2000 is a Belgian weapon. So yeah, I decided to call it that. And it was one of my favourite weapons, and I thought playing a old Battlefield 3 map as Metro, using an old BF3 gun, the F2000, you know, it's gonna feel quite nice. Hopefully you can see on screen here now that A is starting to be taken again. I mean, that's one thing with Battlefield, the minimap helps a lot, and if you stay alert with the minimap, it can be your biggest asset. Also, I'd recommend you guys to expand your map. My map size is at 130%, instead of the standard 100%, because that extra 30% is going to help you. Is going to help you quite a bit, especially on maps like Siege of Shanghai, for example. Even when you're in a helicopter or jet, because this means that your air radar is bigger than usual. So I mean, this isn't like a hack or anything. Of course, everyone is able to do this. You could, I think, put it up to around 200%, but it's going to take a big portion of your screen, and I think it's best to use that screen size for something like the HUD, or you know, something else. So lastly, if you can see on the hit marker, whenever I get a headshot, it goes red, like in Battlefield Hardline, for example. And you can also change that up in the settings as well. You can change the red, green, blue amounts. So I just turn down green and blue for headshot indicator, and just put red all the way up. So now whenever I get a headshot, it'll go red, and whenever I get a kill, it should go green. But it is very hard to see usually. I'm not sure if you see it, and then I kept my normal hit marker as the standard white hit marker. But yeah, sorry if the audio sounds very kind of patchy and wavy. That's because I'm taking breaks as I speak to you to collect my thoughts. I'm recording this commentary on my iPhone, so it should be decent quality, and I'll just throw it in with the video, and hopefully it won't sound too patchy and wavy. But yeah, that about wraps up the audio commentary. The video should go on for a bit more, and I hope you enjoyed this, and I'll see you in the next video.
Пошли, пошли!